welcome back. Hang on, I'm trying to move, but I have my kitty at my feet, and I don't want him to. One, I don't like moving because although he wants to be with me, and two, I'm afraid he might bite me. So, all right, Leo. We are doing the next 7-day energy or predictions or whatever you want to call it. Let me just, oh, that's much better. Okay. Leo. I hug him one time and it's like I'm wearing a fur coat. Alright. Leos. The next 7 days, what you need to know. Light. The Fairy Queen of Light comes to shed love and light onto your current situation and to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. Yeah, I feel like you guys are in a very heavy energy right now. It feels like you're not pulled in completely, but it does feel like it's been pulling you. I feel like this is actually a pattern, Leos. And it's starting to pull you down again, but it feels like this time you're not actually meant to fall into it. I always feel like if you're going through an energy, like if you're going through a energy releasing or something like that, allow yourself to feel those emotions, and don't force yourself out of it unless it's something that's starting to like affect your health, affect your, you know what I mean, like if it's starting to alter the way that you live your life. Or if it's been too long and you feel like it's starting to like take you into a really bad place. But I always feel like it's necessary to honor your emotions, because people that are like depressed and pretend they're not, or they're going through stuff and then pretend they're not, I promise you that's not gonna help you. Like I actually usually can keep a higher energy and when people talk to me. But if I'm not okay and somebody calls me, it doesn't matter who it is. I will tell them I'm not okay. I can't hold the energy. I don't feel okay. And that's just how it is. I'm not going to pretend I'm okay when I'm not, right? Because then how can people help you when you're... And plus, if you speak to somebody that's like, can read energy, they can see it on you. Most of the time I call people because I can, even without talking to them, I know their energy, something's wrong. Yeah, fairy spotting. It's time to go fairy spotting. It's said that seeing is believing, but in fact the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. I feel like that's true in things that are happening in your life right now. You feel like there aren't going to be any changes, like things that you've been working on that you wanted to heal. It feels like you didn't see a light at the end of the tunnel, but they're saying right now there's a need to believe that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, there. All right. And that's when you'll see the tunnel, right? Instead of reverse, oh, show me that, show me, and I'll believe it. Well, that's not faith. That's not faith. And if you ask, let's say somebody, oh, I love you, show me that you love me. How can you show, like that's, you have to, I don't know how to explain that. Somebody could do a million things for you and you still won't believe the love. You have to feel it. You have to have faith that it's there. I mean, obviously actions speak louder than words, but even then, sometimes you can do so much for somebody and they just won't believe it because they have to like almost hold it in their hand. This one is in reverse, which is the 3 of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Maybe you're waiting for a job, getting together with friends. You feel like, that's my girl cat. What? Soul. You feel like there's never gonna, see, that's the soul, the sun energy. Maybe you feel like there's never gonna be sunshine. You feel like you're not gonna ever pull out of that energy. And it is coming. I do feel like, look, the Fool. Yeah, see, the Fool. 2 cards came out. The Fool, and you have the Chariot. You actually, it is coming. It is coming, and you are going to have to make a choice. The problem is that right now where you're at, it feels weird because you've learned all the lessons that you've had to learn where you're at. And so it's almost played out like what's that movie? Oh, okay. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Coraline, but that's one of my and my daughter's favorite movies to watch. We have a lot of favorite movies, almost. Like there are movies that we watch yearly, like Harry Potter. When as soon as the cold hits, we're watching it. We watch The Nightmare Before Christmas, Coraline. When I'm sick, like sick, like I have a cold or something, I literally watch all of the John Wick movies. Anyway, it's a comfort thing. But to say the reason why I brought up Coraline, you know, when in the end, and sorry if I'm spoiling it, but this movie is older than my youngest daughter who's 15. So, at the end when she's doing the challenges, and every time she would do a challenge, all the color faded from where she was at. That's what it feels like. That's what it looks like in my mind's eye. It looks like you finished a challenge where you're at and everything's starting to wither because you're now the smartest person in the room. And that's not to say you're the smartest person, you know, right? But when you've evolved to a certain level where people no longer understand your language, you are now the smartest person in that room. You must escape to another room, I guess. You can see it that way, as an escape room. You can't finish any more challenges there because you've already made those challenges. And so it feels like everything around you has dimmed because you're not being challenged mentally, is spiritually, physically. I feel like you're not being challenged by anything because right now you are the smartest person in the room. And again, I don't want people to get offended because I have had people get offended by that, but it's not that you're smarter than everybody. There's just, when you're the teacher for too long in a certain aspect, you start to die for the need of learning, right? Challenges, especially with Leos, they love the spotlight, but not like how everybody says they love the spotlight, like, oh, look at me. No, they love like being able to talk about things and knowing, and that they're learning about stuff, and that they know because they're gaining that knowledge, right? It's not necessarily like an air sign. That air signs like to learn, and just for them, it's like for their own, they love to learn just because it's their own freak flag. But with Leos, they love being able to talk about it and see that, show that they have knowledge, and be able to have a conversation with somebody and actually have somebody hold a conversation with them back, right? Because it's that passion. The passion comes out with Leo, and it's like, oh yeah, and I read about this, and then add on to it, and then add on to it. It's like it's a like an conversation where you it's a sapiosexual, right? When somebody gets turned on by somebody being smart. Let's see, but there's a star coming this week, or well, the next 7 days, whenever you see this, right? With the Four of Pentacles, yeah, you guys are bored with everything and everyone around you. You feel like nothing new is coming in. You feel like nothing new is going out. You feel like you've learned everything you had to learn. With the Page of Wands here, yeah, you're making movements, and I feel like you're being led by divine. With the Fool at the bottom, wait, I thought that was the Fool. This is Judgment. Oh my gosh. How funny though that the Fool came out, even though the Fool wasn't here, and I was talking about the Fool. And the Magician. Oh my gosh. Okay, this changes a little bit, but not really. It's still kind of the same, but you guys are creating this change. You guys have created almost like a tower moment for yourselves, even though it's not here. I'm feeling it here. It's almost like you guys asked for the change that was needed, and there was some difficulty doing it, and so you guys almost asked for like a push from the universe. And so it feels like the life has been drained. You called judgment on everything, right? You called judgment on places from the past, situations from the past, things that no longer serve you. You've called judgment. You're like, this is not where I can be anymore, and I can't grow here anymore, right? It's like a rose bush that has weeds growing around it. So you're making a choice, and the rest of the storyline still remains the same. Yeah, it still remains the same. You're making a choice because where you're at right now, it really doesn't feel like anything's coming in, anything's going out. Everything that you're being offered is not even interesting to you. You're like, been there, done that, same lessons, I've already passed those, I'm not even interested in those people anymore, I'm not interested in doing that anymore. And then with the Page of Wands here, yeah, you're being guided. You're being guided by the universe, by your ancestors. You're being guided, and you're starting here fresh with the Fool. But this is you, the bottom of the deck, the Magician. This is you using your gifts to fully call this in. Yeah, Justice in reverse. You feel like you still haven't gotten your justice, and with the Eight of Pentacles, you're walking away. No, sorry, you're not walking away, you're working towards. I just see literally somebody with a cauldron pouring in, I want this and I want this and I want this, making a magic potion, manifesting, because you're working towards the things that you want. You're fully working towards them now, and the universe was like, all we needed was for you to start, get into that energy, and now we're gonna rev it. We're gonna rev the engine, and we're gonna move it soon, because you were in such a heavy energy that you couldn't even get up the motivation to move forward, right? Yeah, with the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. We're going to clarify these. Hang on, guys. All right, let's clarify Judgment. Birth. News of a birth or a new business opportunity. Yeah, what did I say? You're calling judgment on all the things from the past that no longer, there's no growth there. There's no matter, it's, what's that phrase that people use? There was flogging a dead horse. Relationships were not growing the way they needed to. Everything, it just wasn't growing right. Someone is behaving stupidly with the Chariot. Yeah, you have a choice. You have a choice here. I feel like it's time to move on from all the things from the past, and it's time to focus on the things that are going to start growing and on yourself. Yeah, look, with the Four of Pentacles, you felt like nothing was growing here. Financial gain usually coming from something you did in the past. Look at that. Yeah, there's things coming in. There's things that are going to be coming in. There's I heard a partner, but I'm not sure. I'm not going to fully go into that until I see something. What the hell was that? Okay. Let's clarify the Page of Wands. Someone will gossip about all your secrets. Yeah. This is somebody that's going to show you exactly who their true colors and who they really are. And I feel like you're deciding that, you know what, this is not what I want to be in anymore. And you're going to call judgment on this, whatever it is that's going on. You're going to close out that cycle. And because you're closing out this cycle and you're stepping into a new life, you're calling judgment on it. And it's going to tell you, listen, you're calling judgment on it. You can move forward to a different opportunity, or you can repeat this shit again. You have the choice. And I feel like you no longer are interested in this anymore, whatever this is, because I feel like this isn't even the first time they've done it. In fact, I feel like they're going to be talking shit because you're going to make a different choice this time. And because of that, there's going to be financial gain coming in from the past. But of course, you know, when you're dealing with people that behave this way, they're always going to behave a certain way when they don't get what they want, because people believe that emotions are truths. Your emotions are not truth. Just because what you did made me mad doesn't mean that what you did was wrong. Those are your emotions. You could be triggered and you could be projecting onto somebody, but because you're upset, they're wrong? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh, that woman looked at you and I don't like that, so I'm upset and you need to apologize. Why the fuck would you have to apologize because somebody else has eyes and looked at you and now you're triggered? No. Absolutely not. Your feelings are not truth. Your feelings are not valid. Just because you feel bad, grow the fuck up, go see a psychiatrist, go get help and deal with your triggers. Your triggers are not my problem. They're not mine to heal. They're not mine. If we're in a relationship, I'll help you through it. I help you, you know, if I feel a certain way, hey, listen, I don't feel right. Like, I feel like you turned and looked at that girl and you checked her out. That bothered me, right? It's a conversation. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean, that's not how it was, or blah, 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 whatever. But being like, no, you need to apologize because I'm now angry because you didn't answer your phone because you were busy, and my anxiety and abandonment issues are active. Like, bitch, I have a job. I have shit to do. What if what if you have kids and one of your kids was like bleeding? Oh no, I don't care. I feel abandoned because you didn't answer my phone call. People, it's time to grow up. It's time to grow up. Sorry. You don't get to make people have to apologize for your feelings because your feelings are not truth. Your feelings are your feelings. They're the take on how you perceive the world and how people treat you. It doesn't mean you're right. It doesn't mean you're right. Clarifying the Fool. Vine, seek out information that will help you. Yeah, maybe right now is a good time to maybe get a personal tarot reading. Maybe, let me clarify some more with that. Temptation will test you. Yeah. Make sure you're if you feel like somebody doesn't have your best good and you've seen it but you're not sure, because listen, let's be honest, how many times have I gone through a toxic cycle with someone? It was a fucking merry-go-round, okay? It wasn't one time. It was like the 8th, 9th, 10th time, and honestly, it was like, I'm just not sure, you know, like sometimes you really have to see it to be like, yeah, no, this is what I'm seeing. And that's the best thing to do when you're in a situation, because then you don't have that seed of doubt. You can know that you can move on freely without feeling guilty that, oh, maybe I just didn't try hard enough. No, baby, I think you tried hard enough, and I think you over tried, and you gave enough, and you gave more than you should have, and you were seeing things clearly. You just have that fear of, oh, what if, or what if that, or what if. Listen, if that person is meant to be, they'll come back healed and you will not miss them. But I feel like for whoever I'm talking to, you've seen the truth. You know what it is. If you have to continue to seek out information, you're going to find the truth, because the universe, whenever you say, you know what, give me the truth about this person, I promise you I have all... When I tell you I have dreamed of things and I'm like, oh, okay, so that's where we're at, right? The universe will never leave you wanting answers. You will never go for wanting of what you need, especially when you ask of it sincerely and in earnest. If you need the answers of what really things are, you're going to get the answers whether you like them or not. Now, if you pretend to not see it, that's on you, boo-boo. You're going to have to sit there and go about the merry-go-round until you fucking get seasick and puke. And you no longer know what east, west, up, and down is, right? Anything else for the next 7 days for Leos? Yeah. A stubborn, aggressive person. What's funny is when I said before that card even came out, I felt immediately like I needed to put some of my protection oil. It's my Protego Maxima. Protego Maxima. It's my own protection oil. But as soon, right before that card came out, I was like, Anything else? Anything else that Leo... January. Yeah, this person's a liar. This person's a liar. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. Oh, what else turned over? Family sorrow. Weeping willow, family sorrow, dealing in a relationship with an older woman, and then persevere and you will overcome problems. Yeah. You could be dealing with an older woman. I feel like this could also be seek answers from, I'm getting an older, like a mother, an aunt, something, a grandmother. They have knowledge about some secrets that they're keeping, is what I'm getting, truthfully. In a situation in the balance that require careful handling. Yeah. There's people that you can go to that have more information that they've been withholding from you. All right, let me get you guys some guidance cards or a letter from, I was gonna say a letter from Santa. That would be awesome. I would love a letter from Santa Claus. Sandy Claus, not Santa Claus. If you know, you know. My daughter. Okay. If you guys ever want to give me some stuff, anything Nightmare Before Christmas, Harry Potter, I'll take it. Dearest you, even though life seems now to be moving full steam ahead, it's a time to rest. Allow ideas to flow through you and take root in your heart before they reach your mind. Honest this process by becoming empty to allow for inspiration and the magic of dreaming. You might feel lazy or unproductive, but we know better. Just as sleep is a way to recharge before renewal, so are you in a time for dreaming. In this powerful process of co-creation, your soul merges with spirit in a profound way so you can receive your music directly from source and play your part in the symphony of life. You are being invited to bear witness to the great creation and tune into what others can't hear. We have so many dreams to share with you in the sacred and in the invisible. Don't worry, we will wake you when it's time to return with a new dream. No need to set an alarm clock. Love you always. Oh, see? It is. Guys, when you guys are going through a dark night of the soul, or you guys are going through healing, I just saw 222. Believe it or not, you actually are doing more work in the ethereal than you are in the 3D. I remember in my heaviest times, I would sleep so much and I would wake up and I would remember it wasn't even a dream. I was literally like doing stuff in the 5D. I was so exhausted, constantly exhausted. It didn't matter how much I slept, because when I slept, I was doing work. I was doing work in the 5D. So I would get up in the 3D and I'm still exhausted. So they're asking, when you're tired, just rest, because you're still working, even though, like, yes, you think you slept 8 hours, but you really haven't. Remember, when you go to sleep, it's your body resting. Your soul doesn't rest. Your soul gets up and does things, and if you're, highly psychic or you have gifts, you're actually astral traveling, you're going up and you're going to meetings, you're doing stuff. It's almost like you're double time, right? Like your spirit doesn't sleep, your higher self doesn't sleep, but more during when you're healing, because it's working and it's trying to help you it's just a lot. Okay, so Leos, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you guys soon.